Alright, so here's a quick follow-up video on my 1961 Jaguar XK150 emergency brake handle retrofit from the left side driver's side to the right side passenger side. I'm glad I did this. This was awesome. I think it was just enough annoying on the other side to get in the way where I don't even know what they were thinking, why you would ever mount that. And that fly-off deal, whatever. Let's let that to the rallycross guys. Like whoever that dude is, I forget who that guy is. He has that Subaru and he's always ripping around. But anyway, yeah, I made this piece here, right, to kind of simulate the factory one. Okay, because this handle is off like some E-type 2+2 whatever, and I didn't have this here on either side. Okay, so the pivot here for the pawl was in the exact spot for non-fly-off. Unbelievable. So when I got this kit from the UK, it came with this sector piece here, the pawls, and then it came with a ratchet, and came with this pivot here where you rivet it. Then once you assemble it, that turned out pretty good. I think I just peened it. I had to get a different washer though to make the stack height right, so you didn't have to peen it with like a 100-ton drop forge, gnaw gear drop forge press. So anyway, peened that on there so that it still got movement, but it didn't bind up with all the plays out of it. And then you just kind of keep peening it and then check your fit. So I made this bracket here, right? Goes through here, and then TIG welded it here, and yeah, it just works great. I love the thing. It's just like a normal hand lever, and then you push down and release. Now the only other thing that dicked me was the emergency brake warning light. This thing was mounted up here originally on that side, off of this bracket here on the trans tunnel, and it had to be there in some goofy angle to get out of the way of this tunnel cover, and then he had to weld a bracket on here and all this nonsense. It just didn't fit worth a shit. It just wasn't happening. So rather than spend hours of dicking around just to have it where it would impede the travel of this and get in the way of the tunnel here, I thought to hell with that. I made a bracket down here, low and out of the way, welded this piece on here, and then made this plunger piece that fits here, so I get this. Alright? Warning light off, warning light on. That's simple. And then, you know, I can line it up by monkeying with this lower attachment bolt for the pawl, and then I can monkey with the distance here by using these two jam nuts where you can actually get at them. When you had this set up over here, you'd have a hell of a time getting a wrench in there to adjust it and tighten these. It was just shit. And then I just made my little ground loop right around to here where it's out of the way, right? Wiring's all low and down out of the way, and then the center console pad fits over all this nonsense. Done deal. So I think it's cool. It worked out really well, way above my expectation. And so yeah, and then the cool thing was that the apparatus underneath here, where the e-brake from the factory lent itself to being switched over right and left, didn't have to buy any extra pieces or do anything special. So that's my story. Okay, on to another project with this damn car. Okay, out.